Good afternoon to all of you. Assalamu alaikum, and a very warm welcome to all the participants and the speaker and the principal. I will start in the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, and the peace be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is Faisal Nadeem from Association of Muslim Professional. A very warm welcome to everyone. Today we are here for AMP Free Employability Training Program. Topic for today is 21st century jobs and skills. Now I would like to introduce AMP National Head to give a brief description about the AMP. Thank you, sir.
Jazakallah, thank you very much, and welcome you all for today's session. And Alhamdulillah, I can see a lot of participants have already joined. My name is Iftikhar Bidkar. I am not the national head. I am actually the national head for the head for EAC project, Employment Assistance Cell, which helps in employment and various activities. So I'll give you a brief background about what is AMP and what we do. So AMP in the short form, the full name is Association of Muslim Professionals. We are a pan-India organization, a non-profit organization, working in the field of education, employment, and empowerment. We are present across 140 cities till now, Alhamdulillah, in India, and 16 countries worldwide. And Alhamdulillah, it's a very big organization. We are also registered as a non-profit in United States of America, United Kingdom, which is Britain, and Australia. And we are present across Middle East, Southeast Asia. So AMP has been started in the year 2007 by a group of few youngsters, I can say, who thought about bringing change into the life in the community. And we started on very small, and Alhamdulillah, we are now a very big organization having 50,000 plus members and plus online presence of more than 2 lakh rupees, 2 lakh people. So Alhamdulillah, today's session, as an Faisal Nadeem, dedicated 21st century jobs, and I welcome you all for the employability training program. And if you need to, we do a lot of work in employment assistance, plus we also help in the job fair, job drives and everything, campus placement and all. If you want to know more about AMP, you can visit www.ampindia.org for various projects and programs taken by AMP. And I thank you, Ismailia College, today for giving us the opportunity to conduct this ATP. And we will not be stopping at this. Not only we will be doing only ATP, we will inshallah help in the various projects of career guidance, campus placement, and lot of activities. So welcome you all.
Thank you, sir.
And now I hand over to Faisal to take it forward. Thank you, Jazakallah.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to ask the Islamia College Assistant Professor to give a brief description about the college.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Dr. M. Sadia Sarwat, working as an assistant professor in Islamia Women's Arts and Science College, Wanembadi. So Wanembadi has a reputation of being the center of learning. The Wanembadi Muslim Education Society is a pioneer in the field of education in this part of the country. Wanembadi Muslim Education Society, which was founded in 1901, established a number of institutions under which Islamia Women's Arts and Science College was developed in the year 1997. So Islamia Women's Arts and Science College is a self-financing college approved by the government of Tamil Nadu and recognized by UGC under Section 2F and 12B of the UGC Act 1956. It is permanently affiliated with Tiruvallur University. Our college has been certified as minority institution by the Ministry of HRD Government of India, and also college has registered alumni association. The faculty consists of experienced and well-qualified teachers. With its excellent infrastructure, sophisticated laboratories, well-established library, the college ensures a good conducive atmosphere for learning. We have 12 UG courses and 6 PG courses and 3 MPhil courses and a PhD in English and Commerce part-time. So this is with regard to our Islamia Women's Arts and Science College.
Thank you, Dr. Sadia, for a brief introduction about the college.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Now I would like to introduce a speaker for today, Mr. Mohammad Zamir Hussain, who is a counselor. And Mohammad Zamir Hussain is a versatile international resource with over 17 years of working experience in training and development, recruitment, and overall HR. He is also a career counselor, consultant, teacher, and also an award assessor, and has assessed award like Dubai Quality Awards also. He has a dynamic profession with over 17 years of experience across various functions, an MBA graduate with certification in training, career counseling, and quality assessment. He has trained more than 15,000 plus students, 35,000 plus corporate employees, and more than 50 plus different nationalities, both in India as well as abroad. He has delivered lectures, training, and keynote on a wide spectrum of topics like personality development, human resource, strategic management, sales and marketing, business analytics, entrepreneurship, CRM, and many more. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Zamir Hussain Saab and to start the session and hand over the session to him. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Faisal. Jazakumullah khairum. And Assalamu alaikum and warm welcome to all my dear students and respected staff of Islamia College and my dear fellow members from Association of Muslim Professionals. First of all, I thank Allah for giving us this opportunity for connecting, and we get a platform to share our thoughts, our ideas, and possibly this would be of great help for very few students, because most of them don't reflect on these things whatever we are sharing here today. But there are very few who are going to reflect, who are going to make use of this information download, and my session is dedicated for those people. Great. So welcome again everybody for this session, and today we are going to talk about 21st century jobs and skills and our approach for this particular job. So let me start with talking about okay, how do we actually select our career as a student? Most of us here, right? I know you cannot respond to me, but you can definitely key in your questions. You have a question and answer area, you have a chat area. You can keep responding in the chat area, and if you have any question and answer, please put it in the question and answer. Me and Faisal, inshallah, will take the questions towards the end of the session. Okay, so how does most of us decide our career? Or most of the time, I know we haven't decided. It is our parents possibly who have decided as to what we will become. So as you might be aware of this movie, can you tell me which movie is this scene from? Yes, can you key in the chat, please, as to which movie is this picture from? Right, it's from Three Idiots, right? Exactly. So as you remember this movie, Three Idiots, so as it says there, the moment the child is born, the father has decided, Mera beta engineer banega, right? And then the struggle starts. Everybody is running behind, the parents are running behind, the child is pressurized as to to pursue that career, and he's always pushed to pursue that particular career which his parents has possibly decided, right? Or sometimes we even ourselves also will decide based on our neighbors or somebody, our cousin or our own elder sibling, right? Or following one or the other place, we decide this is what the career we will get into. But is this the right approach? Right? Is this the right approach? A good question to ask is it the right approach that somebody decides my career, somebody decides as to what I should become in life? Okay. So this is why what happens is either people keep on changing their career, or if they do not change career, they are not happy at the job where they are working. They are always not happy and blaming the manager, blaming the company, blaming the parents, blaming the Almighty God. Like, so it's not about that. Whatever you have in your control, you have to make some efforts to change that. And that is why we have to have take an informed decision when it comes to career, when it comes to job. Okay. So 20 years before, if we talk about job selection, there were limited career options. There were huge demand and less supply of manpower. Doctors, engineers, lawyers, government service, many such options were available, right? But nowadays, if you talk about the current era, we have more than 180 plus career options available with us. There is a huge supply of professionals, but there is less demand in the market. Okay, let's talk about a typical case wherein an engineering graduate would join a bank after studying a 4 years engineering course. Now, if you talk about such case, that means it's a wastage of 4 years, whatever he or she has studied in engineering college. Do you all agree? Do you all agree it is a wastage of time? Type yes if you agree. Type yes in the chat box. Right? Yes, we all agree. People are studying something and doing some other job. And they do some other job which you feel you are the best fit, but because of some influence or because of some other reason, the other person gets selected who is not actually eligible for that job. Right? And that is why we see engineers working in bank or some other profession, some other degree person working in some other place. Okay, so this struggle keeps on happening. Why? Because we are not working on it on a prior basis. We are not doing a proactive approach. So for that, one has to start at the time when they are in college. Okay, now also you have selected your specialization, your stream. You have a very little scope, but still you have a scope to decide and to move on to a career which is more lucrative, which could be possibly pandemic free, which could be possibly recession free, which could be possibly give you the kind of satisfaction what you are willing to have in your life, and you are looking for a kind of earning in your life, even it can give you that, right? But for that, we have to do intense homework on that. It's not that we listen to neighbor, we listen to some other mentor, we listen to some other influencer, and then decide on our career. Okay, so before I proceed, thank you everyone who has typed the name of the movie. Thank you everyone who has typed yes. Okay, thank you for your participation. Let's continue further. I see the numbers still increasing. It's 200 plus and increasing. Thank you, Islamia College. Very well participation. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
so let me take you to the next part. Very important is, I have a secret here for success. This secret is known to some people, but even if it is known, they will not work on it. Okay, let me give an example. How many of you know which is the tallest tower in the world? Can you please type the name of the tallest tower in the world? Come on, Tamil Nadu, it's your time now to tell me which is the tallest tower in the world. I see the name popping up, Burj Khalifa, right? Huge name, huge building, 161 floor building, right? If we talk about the Burj Khalifa or any tallest tower for that matter in the world, okay, the challenge is, or the crux behind that is, the base should be solid. The foundation should be well laid, right? If the foundation is well laid, only then the building will go high rise. For that, for your career to go high rise, the foundation should be solid enough. Okay, so my first cup of advice to all my dear students here is, please work on 3 things in your life. Those 3 things are skills, attitude, knowledge. Okay, definitely your college has your degree, your education so far definitely would have given you enough to have get into the knowledge base, right? You have got enough of knowledge. What all knowledge includes? Basics, theories, information, facts, figures, descriptions, learnings. We all have acquired all these things during our formal 14 or 16 years of education, right? Most of the time what we lack is attitude. Most of the time what we lack is skills. It is said that 85% of your financial success is of your attitude and skills. Your 15% of financial success comes from knowledge. Your 15%, 15% of success comes from knowledge. Rest all 85% comes from skills and attitude. So what skills you have acquired, what attitude you have towards life, what attitude you have towards your job. Most of them would join a course because I should join a course, otherwise my parents will get me married, right? Many of my sisters would be of this kind here. If I don't get into any education, my parents will simply get me married. I don't want to get married, let me join some course. Okay, and after course, now what to do? What next after course? Okay, so for a building to go high rise as Burj Khalifa, we have to acquire knowledge, we have to acquire or develop skills, we must have the proper attitude towards life, towards job, towards anything and everything, whatever we do. Okay, so for that reason, you have to work on all-round development of your own personality. That's my first advice to all of you. Please, you can list out your own skills required, your attitude, what you should carry, and your knowledge, and you should work on that. You should have all these things. Now, if you see basics, theories, information, facts, figures, definitely you can write in, biodata, in your CV, in your curriculum vitae, your resume, whatever you call it. You can definitely write about these things. Yes, I know these things. But can you write you have reasoning ability? Can you write you have good communication skills? Can you write you have good interpersonal communication skills? Can you write I am a person with integrity? Can you write I am a person with honesty? Right? And definitely the next question in the interview would be, how can you prove me? Can you prove me, like, do you have the skills? I really appreciate our dear friend Sharmila Devi saying that I want to be an independent person. Very good, Sharmila. I do appreciate this. But for you to be independent, or any one of us to be independent, we must do an all-round development of all.
Hello. I think we have lost the voice of Muhammad Zamir, our trainer. Zamir Saab, we cannot hear you.
Samir sir.
Yeah. Am I audible? Please type yes.
Yes, you are now audible.
Now you are audible, sir.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I can see many yeses flowing in. Thank you, everybody. Okay. So now that you have determined, that you want to have an all-round development, on behalf of Association of Muslim Professionals, I am here to help you out. I can open some doors for you, but to walk on this path, it's your responsibility. Okay, you have to take this, challenge further, to be independent, to have a kind of life, whatever you want to have. Okay, so AMP can just only open the door. To walk is you. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. Nowadays, the current era is of something called as Industry 4.0. What is this Industry 4.0? Okay, if we talk about Industry 1.0, it was a very old era, somewhere in 1780s it started. Okay, it went on till 1870s, and here the industries, whatever they used were mechanics, mechanization was done, some steam engines, some steam power machines were used, right? So such things. So where the manpower was huge demand, and people with skills and semi skills, would easily get job. Okay, then there came the second part, the Industry 2.0, where the mass production, assembly line, electrical, energy came in to help the business, help the industries, and here the businesses flourish more, and definitely the more jobs were available in the market, more skill, more things to learn for people. Okay, more specialized skills were required. Now this era also lasted for another 100 years, but the Industry 3.0 came somewhere in 1970s. In 1970s came the Industry 3.0, where automation, computers, electronics, okay, all such things came into picture. And because of this, now because of all these things, okay, the job started reduces, but at the same time, many people were getting higher paid salaries. Very few people were getting high paid salaries. Okay, but this era did not last long. Like other eras, Industry 1.0, Industry 2.0, this era did not last long. It's last only for say 40 or 50 years. Okay, and we have around 10 years back, we have something called as Industry 4.0, which has started. We are talking about cyber physical systems. We are talking about Internet of Things. We are talking about networks. We are talking about artificial intelligence. We are talking about 3D printing, right? We are talking about augmented reality, virtual reality, so many new things which are coming in, and many things have started taking our jobs, right? The industry is throwing a big challenge. If you are like, having only one kind of knowledge or one source of knowledge, for you, it is not enough. You have to acquire knowledge from various sources now. Okay, you have to expand your horizon from where all you can fetch knowledge. So there are various other technologies which have become the pillar of industry nowadays. There is an endless list. Couple of them I've listed here. Cyber security, highly increasing in demand. Okay, cloud computing. Nobody is willing to store the data in the local computer now or in the local LAN. Everything is on the cloud nowadays. Mobile technology. Mobile is becoming dearer day by day. It's like, there's a limitless features what mobiles are having nowadays. We are talking about machine-to-machine communication. We are talking about 3D printing. Okay, we are talking about other advanced robotics, which human being cannot do. We have robots to do all those things. We have who is having an account in Google. And what do they do with the data? That data they will use, the big data analytics people will use this data and give this information to the companies. The company will use this data, throw us advertisements, like many other things they will do. But these are all opening various avenues of jobs, right? These are all opening various avenues of jobs for all of us. Don't think that it is challenging, it is only taking our jobs. No, it is at the same time creating many job opportunities for us, right? So as per one of the research, it says that the 21st century skills that would be required, they have clubbed it into 3 categories. They say learning skills. You need to learn, you need to have learning in various ways. One is critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication. Okay, if we talk about your literacy skills, you need to have information literacy, you must have media, you must have technology knowledge, you must know how to use the technology. I really appreciate all the teachers around the globe. Due to this pandemic, they have left the blackboard and white chalk piece and they have adapted this technology to teach the students across the globe. And because of this, it has opened a new horizon for them. Their students are not limited to the classroom now. They have the students from across the globe, right? The same way the jobs are also opening for people. We need not look out for industry or company in our local area. You can sit, you can be at your home and you can work for any company in any part of the world. Okay, pandemic has made it true. Okay, life skills, flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, social skills. So these are the skills what we are talking about, what the industry is talking about. This is where the future is. If you're still thinking, I have typing speed is my this much, I can do this, I can do that. Okay, those skills are of no use nowadays. We are talking about industry to get into the new era. For that, the education industry has to respond first. And that is why we have the national education policy in place, which is talking about developing these skills, which is talking about at an early age, all these skills should start. Coding should start from 6th standard. Vocational education should start from 9th standard. Right? Why are they talking about all these things? This is definitely some way beneficial for us also. We must, and as a student of graduation, I'm telling you, if you may get job now, immediately after your graduation, now these students who are learning these things in PU college or in high school now, after 5-10 years, they will come and compete with you. If you don't upgrade yourself, these people will come and take your job. Forget about automation, forget about computers, forget about artificial intelligence taking job. Your own juniors, your own siblings, your own friends can take your job away. So you have to keep on upgrading. So next thing very important which I want to highlight to everyone is please upgrade yourself. Don't think that on this day my college will end and on this day my earning will start. No, even after entering your corporate world, you have to keep striving, you have to keep learning. Your learning will never stop. Be it in same profession, you have to upgrade. If you want to change your career, you have to acquire new skills. Unlearn and learning new things and relearning will become a new norm. Our learning is not going to stop. Trust me, our learning is not going to stop. Okay. Faisal, we have a couple of them raising hands. If you can check with them. Otherwise, if anything relevant to the subject, I'll take the question now.
Okay, sure. Let me check.
Yeah. Is my voice audible? At the same time, if you can confirm. Am I audible, everybody? Please, if you can type yes in chat. Okay. Yes, very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
We have Sania Harmeen. I am allowing her to ask the question. Okay.
Yes, please.
Sania.
Yes, Sania, you have raised hand and we are here to listen to your question. Sania, please unmute yourself and then ask your question. Okay, I think we'll park it aside. Faisal,
Okay, okay.
continue.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir. Shania has unmuted.
Sania has unmuted herself. Yeah, Sania, quickly, if you can ask your question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Please be a bit louder.
May I know the job opportunities for interior designer?
Interior designer. Okay, very good, Sania. I will definitely answer your question. There is some important points regarding interior designing also in future in my further slides. Okay, if towards the end also, if your question is not got answered, then please raise your hand again. I request you to put your hand down now. Okay, and definitely we'll try to answer your question. It's there in the future slide.
Should
Okay.
should I allow another one?
Yeah, quickly if you can, because if
Okay.
it is relevant at this point of time only, let us answer and quickly move
Okay.
forward.
Zora, can you unmute yourself and ask the question? Zora Fatima.
Have you
Hanfa Nadira, would you like to ask question? Hanfa, Zora.
Zora, you have
I think
raised
Faisal
hand
will-
and
yeah, we'll park it aside. Okay, we'll
Okay.
continue further.
Okay,
And
okay. We will
please, those who are
continue.
raising hand, please make yourself available. Later on, we'll call the name and immediately you should ask the question for the benefit of all the other people. Okay,
Okay, okay.
save time and move forward.
So
Okay.
we
Now
are
there are a
moving
couple of
forward.
skills which are World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum says that, okay, these are the skills which are required in 2025. So whatever degree you are acquiring, please don't stop here. I'm not telling you to stop your degree. Please do continue your course, but don't stop here.
Sir, we are not audible. Zamir sir.
All the skills, but you must like make efforts to acquire as much skills as possible so that you are industry relevant, you are demanded in the industry. Okay, that is what it should happen. Okay, yeah, definitely. All my friends who are telling you will ask the question at the end, please park your question. I'll try to finish as early as possible so that you can ask question towards the end. Okay, now let's move further. And here is again the World Economic Forum. It says that there are some growing skills which are there in market, which is analytical thinking and innovation. Okay, innovation definitely artificial intelligence cannot take over much. It has certain limit, but human brain has no limit when it comes to imagination, creativity, innovation, right? So we must see that how we can have more innovation in whatever we do. Okay, active learning and learning strategies, creativity, originality. Okay, technology, design and programming. Yes, definitely people love to use technology. Artificial intelligence will work, but somebody has to program them. Okay, so do you have that ability to design those games, design those websites, design those applications, program those applications, right? Critical thinking, very important. That is what the NEP says. Start teaching critical thinking from a very small age, including the problem solving skills. Okay, leadership. Yes, many people think that leaders are born. No, but there are many times a situation which has created leaders. There are certain times which there are personality who have groomed themselves to become a better leader. Okay, so you can also develop those skills, emotional intelligence, reasoning. Okay, and then system analytics and the evaluation. All these things are getting more into demand. The declining jobs, definitely we have to talk about growing skills, but the declining skills, please have a note. Repetitive jobs. If I can sum up all the things what you see on the right side of the slide, the declining jobs, these are most of the things which are repetitive. The repetitive things will give it to computer. Industry will give it to automation. Okay, those things the system will do. Okay, so you have to get into the skills which are growing. Okay, so here is a list for you. Please take a snap of this, like a screenshot of the screen, keep it with you, work on this in your coming years. Okay, if we talk about jobs, which are the increasing and decreasing jobs? The decreasing jobs, let's talk about that first. Installation and maintenance. Nowadays the machine are coming with so much of accuracy that the maintenance and installation cost are efforts are getting reduced. Construction and extraction, many times big machines are doing. Hardly finger countable employees are enough, right? Computer can do many other activities. Okay, manufacturing and production, office and administrative jobs. As I told you, repetitive jobs will be automated by the company. Then what is that which is growing? Architecture and engineering, computer and mathematical things, management, business and financial operations, sales related job. These are the jobs which are increasing. Okay, these are the jobs which are increasing. Okay, some other data, like from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, what's happening in US? They say that big data architect, automation technicians, okay, renewable energy engineers, these are the jobs which are increasing. These are the emerging jobs. Okay, the jobs which are declining in US: team assemblers, secretaries, inspectors, drilling and boring tool setters, okay, data entry keyers. These people are losing their job. These people are losing their job. So please, it's a high time now that we do a self-introspection as to where we are heading in our career. After completing the course, if you're not getting job, don't blame your college, don't blame your parents, don't blame yourself. It is a high time for you that you need to know what is happening in industry, what is demanded in industry. You acquire that and then you enter in the industry. Industry will give you a red carpet welcome. But if you don't have that skills, even after applying for 1,000 companies, even after getting 10 interview or 100 interview calls, you will not get even a single offer. Is you are not industry relevant. You are not got those skills which today and tomorrow's industry will require. Okay, so please, my dear friends, high time for us to work. Couple of jobs which are getting in the coming up in the recent days. This is again from Robert Half Salary Guide. Okay, they say one of the best jobs industry is paying is, okay, mobile application developers, data architects, DevOps engineers, compliance manager, okay, UX designer, business intelligence analyst. These are the jobs. UI designer. Okay, UX is user exchange, user screen, screen, how does it looks like, user interface, the screen part. Okay, so for every mobile, every app, you have those designers who are working behind all these things. They make it so catchy that we are so attracted that we want to go back again and again. You might have noticed yourself, sometime you put a WhatsApp status and definitely it will be there for 24 hours. But within those 24 hours, at least 48 times you will visit and see how many people have viewed my status, right? Why? Because some UI UX designer has designed it, has made it so attractive that you want to visit it again and again, right? So do you want to be such person? Do you want to create some jobs for other people? Yes, my dear friends. My voice is breaking. Am I audible? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. So thank you, Afza. Immediately I get response from somebody by name Afza. Okay, very good. Okay, let's move further. Now, before we continue further, my second cup of advice to all you people here. Okay, very important thing. Never look out for job, look out for career. Now, what is job? What is career? Right? Job is something you do a job, you do a particular task, company pay you the money for that. In one company, you do one job, you go to some other company, they will tell you to do some other job, some other salary, you will do that job and get the money. Right? Now, this is a job. Because of this job, what happens is, this job can be anytime be given to a computer and artificial intelligence machine. So high chances you will lose this job. But what to do? So you have to work on something called as career. A career is something which is long-term, which is spanning across various companies you join, or it is the same thing which you are doing when you are doing as an employee, when you're doing as an entrepreneur, when you're doing starting a company, business of your own. Every time it is the same thing you're doing. Like for myself, I'm a trainer. If I'm a trainer in the industry, if I join in company I join, I do training there. If there is no company which is giving me job, I'll become an independent trainer. So training is my career, right? I do career counseling. Career counseling is independent of any industry, independent of any college, independent of any institute. I can do career counseling for somebody who is interested, whether you are a student, whether you are a career professional, you are already into career, I can still help you out to find out the best career for you, right? So this is just one example. Like this, you can think about fashion designing as a career. paramedical course, if you do like pharmacist or some other thing, that is a career. You're talking about interior designing, it's a career. Okay, but don't be limited or don't work like a job that you somehow make the 30 days finish in the company and you get your salary. Please, that approach is not going to work in the industry anymore. Okay, the gone are those days when you were getting paid for time spent in the office. Now you'll get paid for contribution you make to industry, the company to flourish. Okay, company to grow. If you are helping the company to grow, you will get money, you will get your salary, your job will be there in spite of pandemic, in spite of recession, whatever it is, you will still be there on your job if you are contributing to the growth of the company. Don't think that I am paid this much, I'll do this much. No, that approach will no more work. Okay, so we have to look out for career and not for job. Okay, it says that because of this pandemic, this is more evident now, or else when I used to tell this around 3 years back, nobody used to believe this. People used to laugh at me. Okay, but now people are believing it because of this pandemic. Okay, how will be the 21st century workplace would be? Okay, it will be live and work anywhere in the world. Work and anywhere culture is happening, right? We are already seeing it. It is evident nowadays because of the pandemic. Okay, you can travel anywhere and you can work from anywhere. As I told, many companies, many countries are looking for 4 days a week working. Forget about 5 days. 5 days, many countries have already started, right? 4 days a week working. Some companies said, forget about 4 days. You work 48 hours for me. Whether you work 2 hours, whether you work 8 hours, whether you work 10 hours at a stretch or 18 hours at a stretch, I don't mind. I want productivity and 48 hours is what you have to work. I'll pay you this much of salary, right? So going forward, this trend is going to come. And many other such changes are coming. Why these changes are coming? Why? Because it is more productivity, it is more your creativity work which is going to get value. If it is repetitive work, they will get it in particular hours it to be done. If they will get it done from human being, they will get it done from machine, right? So if it is your strength, your own competency, your own skill, knowledge and attitude, then you can work from anywhere. Okay, so choose your own office, choose your own workplace. Now, very important data which says from World Economic Forum, it says that if a student is entering first standard, first grade now in his education, definitely he will acquire 14 or 16 years of formal education. By the time he will acquire this 16 years or 14 years of formal education, the 100 jobs which used to be there at the time he started or she started her education, okay, out of these 100 jobs, 30, 35 or 40 will die. There is new 40 jobs that will come, right? So you can't decide very early as to what job you will get or what job will be in demand. The industry is changing. As we are talking, the industry is changing. Okay, new jobs are getting created, but we have to upgrade ourselves. If new jobs are getting created, then how do I find my career, right? Definitely this question must be striking everybody's mind now. If it is so volatile, if it is so changing, okay, am I audible? Some of my friends are saying I'm not audible.
Oh, it was earlier.
If I'm audible, please type yes.
Yes, right now you are audible.
Right now I'm audible. Okay. Okay. So now how to find a career? Now to find a career, number one, first of all, please get this clear in your mind that there is nothing like one career is or one profession is good or one profession is bad. I'm repeating, any career is not good, any career is not bad, or any profession is not good, any profession is not bad for anybody and everybody. Okay, there is nothing like it. In every profession, you can find people earning a small salary. In every profession, you will find some people who are earning so much, they don't have time to count the money. Right? Do you find such people? Do you find people like, earning less and earning high in same profession? Right? We do find many people. We do find many people. Why? What is the difference? What is the difference here? Same doctor, same person or two people who have done same MBBS, Master of, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery course. Somebody will earn something only very few amount for his livelihood, but at the same time, some other person would earn more. Right? Why? Because the career that matches his interest. Okay? Depends upon experience. One of my friends says depends upon experience. No, experience will come once you get the job. Without getting experience, without getting job, how do you get experience? Right? Now let me give an example. I'll give an example here and then proceed. Okay, let's say, as I gave the example of doctor, let's say there are two doctors. Okay, one doctor gives you very good medicine. Okay, but he will not even touch you. Hello, sorry, somebody says luck work. No, sorry, forget about that word luck. Please delete it from the dictionary. Okay, no more luck will help you. Okay, now coming to the point. Somebody is a doctor who is giving you very good medicines. You will get treated well, but that person doesn't talks only. You go to that person, he will shake your head, he will quickly write some medicines, give it to you, you will walk out. But there's another doctor, the moment you enter his room, the way he talks, first of all, he or she talks, you will be happy. You will say, my half of the cure is from the way this person talks. Hi, how are you? Okay, this, that, something talking about your family, something, I will crack a joke here and there. You feel like, so nice talking to that person. You say, nothing, don't worry, nothing has happened to you. These medicines you take for 2 days and definitely you will be all right. 2 days, you'll be fit and fine. You will be running. And you get that motivation, right? And you feel that I should go to this doctor only again. I will not go to that first doctor again. Why? The communication skills. That is what I highlighted in my previous slides. Even though you are a doctor, even though you have acquired your technical knowledge, if you cannot communicate with your patient, if you cannot communicate to your patients in the way they like, okay, it's of no use. Okay, so my friend Javeria, she says, totally I agree with you. We have to agree. This is what we human beings demand. We are social animal. We want that one-to-one touch. We want that personal, feeling as to I know this person. I know this person personally. Okay, robots cannot do this. Artificial intelligence cannot do this. Right? So whatever profession you get into, do that passionately. There is a Josh talk by Boman Irani. I know you might be knowing Boman Irani. All of you mentioned that movie's name, Three Idiots. So the virus, the character virus, okay, or that that person in that principal of that college, he is Boman Irani. You know at what age Boman Irani came into Bollywood? Anybody? Can you type the number? Quickly, if you can type the number. What age did Boman Irani join Bollywood? Just guess a number. Guess a number. Please type that number. What do you think is the age at which Boman Irani joined or came into movies? Somebody says 30. Sumaya. Afza says 30 again. Okay. Anybody else? Any other guess? In his 40s. Nuzat. Okay. Sharia says 41. Irene says 55. No. He's not that old. Okay. He joined when he was 34 years old. Okay. Niha, you are very near. 35. Yes, he was 34 years old when he joined Bollywood. Before that, he was a photographer. Okay. Now he says that his grandmother used to tell this. Agar tum gali ka mochi bhi bano. In Hindi, I'm telling. I hope you understand Hindi, everybody. Okay. Agar tum gali ka mochi bano, polishes the shoes and all those stuff. Okay. Gali ka mochi bhi bano to number one run. So you do whatever you do in your life. Try to be number one. Do it passionately. Right? That is where you get the money. It's not because of the skills you get the money. It is because of the passion with which you do your job. Okay. So what next? What next for all of you? So please choose your career wisely. Okay. Don't just keep depending on your near and dear ones whom you feel this, whatever they said is Quran or Vedic words. No, they are just expressing their view. In fact, our own parents, when they guide us for our career, they guide us with the knowledge which they acquired 20 years before. Okay, you get into government job. Even if you become doctor, the doctor's father, mother also nowadays, they say, no, you get into government job. Don't do private practice. No, don't you become a doctor, but get into government job only. Right? That is what the tendency we Indians have. Okay, but we have to break this myth. And for that, please choose your career properly. Find your suitable career. Do some homework. Understand your personality. Understand the various aspects. Understand the various jobs, which are job families, which are available in the market nowadays. Okay. Have a 20 years plan laid down for you. Don't just think of finishing your graduation and getting into the first job. No, that is not your goal. Think of yourself after 20 years. As to after 20 years, where do you want to see yourself? If you want to see yourself after 20 years there, then you have to do a breakdown, a reverse calculation. after 15 years where, after 10 years where, after 5 years where, after 1 year where I should be, what kind of job, what kind of industry I should enter now, so that after 20 years I'll be there. Otherwise, you will be most of those 96% of the people who will say that I wish, I wish, I wish. There are only 4% of the people who say I did, I did, I did. So where you want to be, in the 4% people or 96% people? Please type 4% or 96%. Please type in the chat 4% or 96%. Wow, I can see some 4% flowing in, right? If you want to be in that 4% people, you have to do that what all those 4% people do. Don't do that which those 96% people do. If you do what those 96% people do, you will become one among them. Do those things which those 4% people do. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and congratulations. I see 4% never stopping. It's going on. Thank you everybody for your inputs, okay, and for your aspirations. This is where you belong. You belong to that 4%. You have to steer yourself. You have to go in that direction now. You are that unstoppable, right? So get into those research and find out which are those new skills, new jobs, which is matching your personality. After a couple of slides now, I'm going to talk about some jobs and some salaries, what these people are getting. Okay, it doesn't mean that only based on that salary you should find that job. Okay, first of all, here are a couple of points which are mentioned. Work-life earning by education level. If you are a diploma holder, strive for graduation. If you are a graduation holder, strive for post-graduation. If you are a post-graduation holder, please strive for PhD. Don't stop. Learn new skills. As I told you, learning is not going to stop. Okay, do that thing. Next one, look out for major. What major you should select, what occupation you want, what is the paying capacity of each job. Definitely in each job we have a smallest salary, minimum salary, we have a maximum salary. Okay, do that homework, and based on your skill you will get within that range. But definitely every job, every profession has a range. Every profession has a range. Okay, it's your job to find out that range, and you find out for those things which matches your interest, which matches your personality. Okay, based on that, okay, you can achieve heights in your life. You can achieve heights in your life. Okay, other things to consider. I am telling you, yes, you must go after post graduation. You must go after graduation. You should go for post graduation. But the money, the budget, right? You wanted to study from a better college. No college is better. First of all, as a student, you must be better. Okay, I have studied from some colleges where if I tell the name, nobody would recognize. But I am globally known now. I came back from Dubai around 2 years back. Still, people from Dubai call me and ask me to do training. I am doing online webinars. I never visited Kuwait. I have trained people sitting in Kuwait. I have trained a lot of people earlier when I was in Dubai from Nigeria. Now even they call. I am doing online training to Nigeria, sitting here in India, Karnataka, one small city by name Gulbarga. Nowadays called as Kalburgi. I don't know if you know that name or also not. Right? Somebody in Nigeria knows me. Okay, so it's your skills, it's your passion which will take you to height. Okay, don't just think about salary and decide on the profession. Okay, it's your interest, your affordability to acquire that knowledge. It's not only the graduation knowledge, it's also many times the post after graduation, what self efforts you make to gain those knowledge. That is also very important. Okay, every course requires certain efforts. There are many people who join some course, they cannot put that efforts. That is why one of my friend runs a college. I was surprised. I was sitting in his office. One of the parent comes with his child, and they say that I want to get my child admitted. Okay, fine. This is the fees. Okay, fine. And then immediately the parent asks, do you give a passing guarantee? Do you give that guarantee that my child will pass? My friend said, sorry, I cannot give that guarantee. I can guarantee what quality education me and my staff will give. I cannot guarantee the passing, right? So if the parents have that approach towards their child's future, now God should save our country. God should save our community. Okay, so think about the jobs which are future in demand. If there is some job which is demanded now, say when you are in your PUC or something, okay, by the time you complete your formal education and you get out or you're entering the industry, by that time that job shouldn't extinguish. It shouldn't get gayab from the market. So we have to do that research as to which are the things which are getting demanded in future. Okay, so don't get disappointed. Definitely, whatever course you are doing, there are many things which are relevant in your job. You have to, according to your course, you have to find out within this sector, within this area, which are the most demanded. Okay, so a couple of jobs which I will share it with you now. Okay, in the couple of slides. Now let's say there is something, a new job called as data scientist. Okay, so the average salary data scientist getting is 5,29,000. Okay, 5,29,000 per month salary. Per month. Hello, not yearly, not annual. Okay, but there are some people who are getting even 2 lakh also, right? But for this, you have to see, like, do you have that mathematics interest? Do you have that analytical mind? Okay, does it really matches your interest? Don't just think about this and just jump into it. Before I talk about other salaries, let me give you one example of my own. When I was working with HDFC Bank, and I used to train all the people. And while I was doing training at that time, we used to do even train on quality also. So when I did some training on quality, the result of those people who were working in the quality department improved. There was, like, sudden change in their performance, and the department head was very happy. So then he was, like, trying to find out how come suddenly this particular batch is doing so well on quality. So then he somehow got to know, and he concluded that, okay, this is so and so trainer who has done the training for this batch, and this batch is doing so well. So then that quality department manager approached me and said, Zamir, from L&D, from learning and department, from training, you move to quality. I will get you this much of salary paid. You're not changing your company, just change your department. I was so happy that day, and I was, like, trying to collect words. I was trying to make up my mind. How should I tell to my, like, my manager that I will change the department? I'm trying to make up my mind how to convince him. But at night, when I slept on my bed, like, when I laid down on my bed, I asked myself question: if I go into quality department, will I be happy? Will I enjoy that job? Trust me, my inner conscience said, no, I will not enjoy that. I'll be not happy in a day when I don't talk to students or anybody. If I don't train, if I don't do any counseling, I'll be unhappy. I will be at unrest on that day. I will be not able to get my sleep in the night because I have not trained anybody today. I have not spoken. I have not motivated anybody. I have not done any counseling today. That is a very bad day for me. So I made a conscious decision that I will not get into quality. I will be into training only because this is my cup of tea. This is my passion. This is where I enjoy. This is where I can help the people the most. Money follows. Money followed. Okay, money is following. Now sometimes I get so much of paid, which earlier was not even my monthly salary. Sometimes I do a one-day training and I get so much of money. Okay, money follows. Okay, so data scientist, if your interest matches there, if you want to get into data scientist, a salary is, like, huge there. Okay, now next I talk about AI professionals, artificial intelligence professionals, right? They are also getting more. Yes, artificial intelligence is taking many people's job, but somebody has to program that. Artificial intelligence has the ability to learn on its own. We say deep learning, machine learning, okay, so many other things. If you get into it, you will get to know so many things about that. But still, somebody has to do that programming. Okay, so there are some people who are doing this modification, artificial intelligence. They are working with this technology. They are a friend of this technology, and they are also earning so huge. Okay, more than 5 lakhs per month. Okay, cyber security, another high paid, because this is translated into dollars to rupees. It looks so high. Digital marketers. Okay, they are also earning so much. Now, please pause a minute. Everybody, in my 3-4 slides here, I'll repeat the slides. Okay, do you see the word salary here? Type yes or no. Do you see the word salary here? Okay, have you seen the word salary? Am I audible? Huh? I said salary. You see the slide. How much a data scientist earn? Earn means salary? Earn means salary only? No, my dear friend, please don't think on only salary. Okay, salary is not the only earning. Nowadays, these job, people who are data scientists will not earn so much from one company. They work as a consultant, they work as a freelancer, they run their own company. Okay, I am talking about earning ability. I am not talking about salary. I'm not talking about salary limit. I'm talking about earning ability. So these professions have so much of earning ability. Okay, to earn is again you. Okay, AI professionals. Okay, we talk about cyber security. We already spoke about digital marketers. Okay, all these Facebook, Instagram ads, what you see, these are done by digital marketers. Okay, financial analysts, they are earning 4 lakhs per month. Okay, we have like, financial planner, they are earning like, almost 4 lakh per month. Financial planner, very important. People are busy making money, but nobody is helping them how to save tax, how to earn more money, how to start your business parallelly, how to have your secondary passive income. Only one income, active income is not enough. Nowadays with pandemic, we all realize this. If our salary stop, there must be another source of income for all of us, right? So financial planner, you can help people to have like, plan their finances. Okay, so financial planner, there is a certification course also on that. Somebody, my friends from accounts and finance or BCom people, they can get into finance planning. Okay, they can help people to do their financial planning. They can earn so much. They have so much of capacity. Financial risk managers, the bank and the companies are hiring financial risk manager. If I give a loan to this person, how much is a risk? The number can be calculated by a computer and tell, okay, so much of risk is not there. But scrutinizing the documents and deciding whether we should give a loan to this person or not, this a computer and artificial intelligence cannot do. This is a human being who will do this. And that is why they are getting more than 6 lakh salary paid per month. Okay, we have dietitian and nutritionist. Everybody is running behind their job, the money. Okay, no work-life balance. They're losing their health. They don't know what good food to eat. Right? So now we need to hire a dietitian who will tell me, who will give me a rota, who will give me a schedule as to morning in the breakfast, what should I eat? Afternoon, what should I eat? Night, what should I eat? Whatever I eat, is it junk food? Is it a healthy food? So now we have dietitian and nutritionist. Even they are making a lots and lots of money by guiding people. And this is not a one-time thing. Monthly, you keep on doing. Again and again, you keep on doing. Once somebody is convinced with your facts, they will keep on following you. They will come to you again and again. Right? This is also a profession. It is not a job. Okay. Moving forward, UI UX designer, already we discussed. Almost 5 lakhs per month. This is what they are earning. Content writer, everybody is looking on the website, videos and all, but somebody has to write and give this. Even if like, Kapil Sharma is cracking so many jokes and earning money on his show, somebody is writing the jokes for him. All these jokes doesn't pop up from his mind every time. There are technical content writer who are giving this on the website. Somebody is creating a video, somebody is writing and giving that. Some like, these content writers have become more popular nowadays. Okay, there are many such jobs. Okay, I'm talking about some people, some from science, some from arts, some from, okay, I'm trying to pick up from every field. Okay, I have for 180 different clusters. I can talk about the salary range. Okay, but couple of them which I have taken here. Video game designer, they are earning more than 5 lakhs per month. Okay, but there is an endless list here. Let me stop here, and I'll before I conclude, I'll say you one thing. In terms of becoming or looking for better salary, better profession, don't forget to be a better human being. Okay, we all must first be a better human being. Rest all other things will follow. As there is a saying in Punjabi which says that aap bhala to jag bhala. If you are good to the world is good to you. Right? If you are good to the world is good to you. Okay, so any questions, please? Now we are open for questions, and if you can come up with your questions quickly.
Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful session. Now I would like to the participants to ask the question. Those who want to speak, they can raise the hands, and those who want to ask the question and don't want to speak, they can type their message in chat box. We'll read out their questions. So we will have a 10 to 15 minutes for question answer sessions. So those who want to speak, please raise your hands. Okay, Hanfa. Yes, go with
Hanfa,
it.
I've already unmuted you. Please unmute yourself and ask your question. Hanfa Nadira, please ask your question quickly. I request other people who are raising the hand, please be active. Okay, immediately you can unmute yourself and ask your questions. It's for the benefit of all. Will not take much time.
Okay, another question is, what are your views about affiliate marketing, sir?
Okay. Very good question. Really appreciate. I don't know who has asked this question, but a very vital question nowadays. See,
Okay.
basically what's happening is somebody has to market the product. Okay. Somebody has to market. Now companies will have a marketing department who will market. Okay. Now the marketing department, when they create an ad, they have to go into social media, they go into print media, they go into TV and all. All this advertisement costs them. They have to have a brand ambassador, whether it is like, Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, or you name anybody. Okay, any star, any cricketer, or any celebrity. Okay, they need to have somebody who to tell that. Now, in spite of all these people telling, people will still not buy. Why? Because trust factor. Whom I will trust the most? The person whom I know, right? So in that case, now what the companies have done, instead of putting the money into marketing, they're looking for people who can do affiliate marketing. That means they will market my product to their contacts. They're not marketing anywhere and everywhere. They are just trying to make the reach of the product reach their own natural first line market, their first line contacts. Okay. Now, because of this, the company will save the marketing cost, and the customer, what they will get is they will get somebody from their known people telling that this product is good, buy this product. Okay. So now there are high chances that you will buy this product because somebody whom you know is telling you to buy this product. Now this is a job for somebody who is unable to move out from house, who is unable to do any other analytical job, who is unable to do any communication based job. Here also definitely your communication is important, right? But how you tell, what you tell is also important. Some bit of communication is there, but ultimately what is the product? Is the product yours? No, product is of the company, of some brand, right? So because of this, the affiliate marketing is nowadays has gained popularity. But if I talk about the competencies required to do affiliate marketing, I think even graduation is not required. Even somebody a matric fail can also do affiliate marketing. How much money I can earn? No limit. You spend 22 hours out of 24 hours, you can make a lot of money. If I am able to spend only 1 hour, I will make less money. It depends upon what kind of product you are marketing, right? So affiliate marketing is the company is having another channel of marketing through you. Okay. If you are a graduate, you can still earn more than what an affiliate marketer can earn. Definitely they will show you some always this silver lining in the cloud. They will show so and so person has earned so much, this person has bought a car because of this earning. Okay, all those things. We have this MLM, we have this binary chain, all these things are doing the same thing. Even affiliate marketing also does the same thing. Okay, if you like the product, market it. If you don't like the product, don't market. Even by doing other things also, you can still do affiliate marketing. Okay, so affiliate marketing should not be your primary source of income. It can definitely be your secondary source of income or a passive source of income for you. But don't rely on that. It is not. Here efforts are more and pay is less. My single line answer is here efforts are more and pay is less. I hope I have answered the question. If not, you can ask any related question further in relevance to this. Okay.
Sir, we have next question that what is the career opportunities for mathematics students, BSc mathematics and those students?
BSc mathematics, endless. I am telling you, endless. Coming years are for people who are good at mathematics. Okay. Don't just think I have degree of mathematics. No. Your skills of mathematics. Okay. If you are able to do analytics, get into job into data analytics. I'm telling you, it is one of the highest paid job in the industry nowadays. Okay. Data scientist is nothing but more of analytics only, and analytics and other retrieving data, pulling the data and then working on that. Okay. So even that will also do. So mathematics or more fields are getting into that only. If you have heard of this new buzzword called as STEM or STEAM, okay, some people call it as STEM, STEM, okay, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and some people call it as STEAM, STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So in any ways, mathematics is there. If you talk about science, mathematics is required. If you talk about technology, mathematics is required. If you talk about engineering, mathematics is required, right? So mathematics is everywhere now. Now Google is collecting so much of data every day. There's a trillions and trillions of gigabytes of data which is generated on Google every day. Now we need people who can analyze this data and give it to companies as to this is what your advertisement should be like. This is what the new product should be like. Okay. You need not know the product. but you can study this data, you can do those mathematics, algorithm and everything, and you can present it. Quickly, one example I'll tell you. Recently, Mark Zuckerberg, Sundar Pichai, when he became the Google head, now he's heading Alphabet. In fact, when he was head for Google, he was called by the American court and asked that when people key in idiot, the President Donald Trump's photo was coming in Google. So the United States court called Sundar Pichai and asked him, how is this possible? Why is President of US photo coming when people are keying the word idiot? Then he said, it is not in my hand. We have algorithms written and algorithms do this. It is response as we receive and then the things gets populated there. No human intervention at all. Then who is doing this job? A mathematician who is good in algorithm. They have written such algorithms which makes the certain things to pop up at the top of the Google search, which makes certain things to go at the bottom of the Google page, right? Mathematics is huge in demand, my friend. Please, you are in a very good line. Strive to get into a specialized niche area now, like data scientist, okay, or writing algorithms or some other job, business analytics, data analytics, okay. You look out for your interest, where does you fits more, and you try to get into that job. Okay, that is what I would suggest. But generally, mathematics huge in demand. Faisal, next question, please.
Yes, sir. There is a BBA student.
Okay.
She is in 3rd year, and she is asking that what skills do you recommend for her for the UG?
Okay, skills for UG.
Yeah, and she is good at communication.
Okay, now all the other skills which we have listed there, now see, that is what you need to work on. If you're good in communication, that's a very good forte for you. That's your strength. Okay, capitalize on it. At the same time, develop leadership skill. Okay, if you're good in communication, the next thing important to understand is we have something called as interpersonal communication. How do you talk to every individual? Okay, you cannot talk to two individuals in the same way. Okay, further you can develop your problem solving skills between, there is a conflict between two people. How do you solve? If your communication is good, help them there. Most important, even if you have communication skills and all, the one thing which can take you ahead of many other people is your leadership qualities. So work on leadership skills more now. Okay, leadership skills, communication skills, problem solving skills, as it is already highlighted in the, you can simply Google skills required in 2025. Okay, so work on those soft skills along with the other, and then look out for your specialization as to in which area you want to go. You want to get into marketing or HR? If you're good in HR, if you're good into communication, both marketing and HR is good field for you, but don't get into finance where you are least communicating with the people. Okay, it's only the numbers which you communicate with. Okay, I hope I have answered this question.
Yeah.
Next question, Faisal.
Sir, there was a question about interior designing and MSc students. What are their opportunities?
Interior designing and all is, as we spoke about, architecture. Okay, that is in demand. So similar way, the interior designing is also very much in demand, because whatever it comes, the system cannot do the interior designing. They can suggest you. They can suggest. In fact, if you give 200 images, there is a particular suit. Okay, you give 200 photographs of suit to the artificial intelligence machine. Okay, it can read that and it can suggest you various other suit designs. It can suggest. It is so advanced. Artificial intelligence is so advanced. It can suggest that. But still, the human being has the advantage, as I told you some time back, the ability of creative thinking, our ability to innovate new things. Those things computer cannot do. So here, artificial intelligence cannot do all these things. So architects, okay, you are interior designing, all these people will have huge edge when it comes to you can design new things and give up. This is a field where we are using the technology, but technology cannot replace human beings more. But if you are into this field, you must know how to use the technology for your benefit. Don't deny the advantages of technology. Use the technology for your benefit and you can flourish into this career. And here we have something we have your artistic nature. If your artistic nature is high, you can definitely have a very good career in this field. But if you are thinking that there is more money in this, I will jump into it, please don't do that mistake. I don't suggest this.
Sir, next question is about the career opportunity of literature students apart from teaching and content writing.
Literature.
Yes, sir, literature students.
Literature, when it comes to literature, nowadays it's an era of information. Information is available for all of us at zero price, zero cost. Now, if you collect information or not, it is your lookout. And there is another saying in English which says that whatever good has to be said in this world is already said. Okay, it is already said by one or the other person. Now we are just playing with words. Nowadays we are just playing with words. Okay, and this playing with words will never stop. You can do as much content writing, as much literature you are doing, but here don't rely on print media. You need to have your quick short books created, uploaded on Kindle, okay, uploaded on some other social media platform. You have to think of your content on social media or on the cloud nowadays. Don't think of you will have an article printed in the newspaper or you will publish a book. Gone are those days. Gone are those days. Okay, definitely literature is even till now demanded. Even in spite of all the busy life, still even today, Robin Sharma's books are sold a lot. People still sit back and read Robin Sharma's book. Why? They know so much things, but still they want to read Robin Sharma. Literature is still in demand because the way he writes, the way he keeps the person engaged, he's not talking to the person, but his literature keeps the person attracted, make them to come back again and again. Where they have made up a mind to read 4 pages, they will not end up even after 10 pages. Okay, so literature, definitely you can make a career, but you need to have that passion of expressing the way the person gets attracted. And you have there are many careers even nowadays. The companies are looking for some people to still write on their website. Blog writers, bloggers are getting day by day more demanded. Okay, some people make a video blog, they upload it on YouTube, but somebody write a blog and upload it on the websites. Many websites have encouraging people who are blogging, who can make blogs and write. Okay, so blogger is a new profession. Please Google about it and you will get many answers which even in this short span of time even I can't tell. Okay.
Yes, sir. Next question, Sharmila Devi wants to ask a question. Sharmila,
please unmute yourself.
Sharmila, are we audible? Hanfa, would you like to speak?
Hanfa or Sharmila, anybody who can first unmute themselves and ask the question. Hanfa or Sharmila?
Sir, another question.
Sir,
What is the career opportunities for MBA? After MBA, sorry.
MBA is a very broad thing. If you ask me what is the career prospects for person in HR, person in finance, person in marketing, then also I have a lot to say about. Okay, so MBA definitely is a very dynamic course, which I can say, which is possibly most of the time not taken up in the way the people should take it. Okay, I keep on telling this difference to many people. Somebody doing a business who is not having an MBA background and somebody doing a business with MBA background. Okay, so there's a lot of difference it makes up in the one's individual thing. So you have to first of all identify as to which specialization you want to get into. So MBA is a very broad thing. Definitely there is a lot of scope and a lot of things. In fact, it is so much demanded that technical people, somebody who has done BE and all, they are doing, after joining the corporate world, they are doing MBA course. They are doing executive MBA. They are doing 1 year MBA, right? Industries have created all these MBAs because MBA gives certain skills which possibly your technical course will not give. Okay, so that is why this management skills, organizing skills, business acumen, okay, all these things one gets when they do courses like MBA. But then again, you have to decide which specialization you want to get into. Okay, that is more relevant than only deciding as to MBA. MBA is very broad, definitely huge scope, but again, your interest and which specialization you select, then there is something plus or minus which can be done there. Okay.
Yes, sir. Next question is, sir, we will take the last few questions. It is about what are your views on studying and learning simultaneously and how to maintain work-life balance?
Very good question. Can I know the name of the person who has asked this question?
Okay, so Zubia has asked about studying and learning simultaneously, and Tirath has asked about how to maintain work-life balance.
Very good. So let me answer first part, the learning and earning together. I started my career, my earning, when I was in my first year of BSc. I did BSc Computer Science. Okay, I was working in a company at that time. Okay, I started first working in an institute. In fact, I was teaching MS Office. Okay, I started career with that. So see, even after getting into a corporate world, as I told you, your learning will never stop. Okay, now assume there is a quadrant. There are 4 quadrants here. Okay, there's one quadrant which is about your job. There is a certain job or some of the jobs wherein, let me talk about the bottom first. There is no earning, there is no learning. Don't work there. Don't join that job. Don't join that company. There's a company wherein you learn, but you're not earning. Sometimes as a fresher, it happens that you get into a job where there is a huge capacity, huge potential to learn, but you will not earn more money. No problem. Join there. Learn there. Very important. Okay. Then there is another set of jobs wherein you will earn a lot, but there is no learning. This possibly should be a secondary phase of your corporate career. Okay, wherein you are earning, but you're not learning anything. Earn, make some money. You have to have some, build some assets, ghar banana hai, car kharidna hai, okay, and many such things. Okay, you can get into that. But there are very few jobs wherein you will learn, you will earn. Both the things. If this is happening, it's a very good place to work. Okay, but not many companies invest in employees. They will not make you to learn. You have to learn spending by your own pocket. And for that, you have to find out time after your office hours to go and learn. Please keep learning. Please keep sharpening your saw. Okay, because very soon we will all become obsolete in our industry, in our jobs. So we have to keep learning. If it company is helping you to learn, please go into that company. You know, Infosys like company, it takes 3,000 diploma holders every year from the diploma colleges. They will train them for 6 months and they will make them equivalent to BE graduates. Every year, 3,000 engineers, 3,000 diploma holders is taken by Infosys and he will convert them into engineers. So these engineers are not coming from engineering college. They have been adapted. They have been taken by the diploma holders by the college, by the Infosys company, right? So Infosys company is investing. Now every company is not Infosys and everybody will not get a chance to work in Infosys, right? So if you have to pay it from your pocket and learn. This learning will give you money sooner or later. But if you don't learn, you are making yourself obsolete. And after some time, you will become irrelevant in the industry. Industry will simply throw you like anything. Within a day or two, they will replace you. Okay. So keep learning and keep yourself competitive, keep yourself industry ready, industry relevant, so that you keep on earning and learning and growing. Learning and earning together is growing. No learning or earning is not happening, your growing will stop. Okay. Next question, please. Faisal, are you there?
Yes, sir. So this would be the last question we would be taking. How to maintain a work-life balance? Have you
work-life balance?
Yes.
See, work-life balance, again, it's a very long topic, very huge topic, which I have to, if I have to talk about. Now, one thing which I started telling about job and career. Okay, let me relate it to that, or in fact, the relation is there only. If you're working in a job where you're not happy or your competencies are not matching, if the job demands you to work from 9 to 5, you will do overtime. You'll work after 5 because your competencies are not matching. Sometimes industry is demanding, no doubt. Okay. So you'll keep on working after 5 o'clock also. Now, after 5 o'clock, you work, your work-life balance is disturbed because you don't have that potential. You don't have that competencies. You don't have that skill set, right? So get into that skill set first of all, so that you can work only 9 to 5. And within 9 to 5, you do that job which the company is asking you to do. I don't work 9 to 5 nowadays. Till 2 years back, I used to work. Nowadays, I'm a company owner. I am working on my own times. But yes, I am working sometimes even after 9 o'clock on the night also. After having my dinner, I will open my laptop and sit. My wife says, "Oh, your office has started again." Yes, it is my office. My laptop starts, my office starts. Right? So get into a career. Don't think about job. If your job is there, you are thinking about money. And if you're underpaid, you will not have that job satisfaction. You will not feel that I'm putting so much of effort, but I'm not getting so much of money. You will feel the dissatisfaction. If you're satisfied, I have worked for more than 5 years in my beginning of my career where I was underpaid. Trust me, after that, I got a couple of job offers directly without even giving an interview, without even applying, only because of my competencies. Right? So that could happen to you also. So get into that mode, think about career, don't think about job. When you are focused on career, definitely you yourself will create that work-life balance. You know where to give the time for what, okay? And you create that work-life balance and you'll be happy. You'll be happy in whatever you are doing. You'll be happy in whatever you are earning, okay? You know with less efforts how to increase your salary because you're passionate about it. You have those competencies. If you don't have, then it's a challenge. It's a challenge. You cannot do that, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
work-life balance is majorly depends upon what career you select. So be wise in selecting your career and be passionate about what you're doing. Gali ka mochi bhi bano to number one raho. Just stick on to this formula.
Thank you, sir, for such an insightful session. And now I would like to ask the principal of the college. She is with us to please give a vote of thanks for the session, and then we'll move forward with the thank you note and we'll end the session. And before that, I am putting a feedback form in the chat box so that the students can share the feedback about the session, so that in future we can continue with the sessions also. So just please, please, it's important for everyone to share your feedback. It's just 4 or 5 questions there. So I will request all the students to please share your feedback regarding the session. Okay, thank you. So now I would like the principal ma'am to please share a vote of thanks.
Sadia
Right.
sir, ma'am
Okay.
is a little bit busy,
Okay,
so she
okay.
asked me to deliver the vote of thanks.
Okay, okay. So you can continue with the vote of thanks.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening to all. It's my great pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks of the today's wonderful program. I would like to express my gratitude to our resource person of the day, Janab Mohammad Zamir Hussain Sahib, for enlightening our students with his knowledge, experience, and interesting facts relating to the employability training program. I'm pretty sure that the precious information and knowledge shared by you will definitely help our students in their studies and also to search the job in their future. I would also like to express my gratitude to our Honorable Secretary Sir Janab C. Khaisar Ahmad Sahib, respected advisor Sir Dr. Major Syed Shahabuddin Sahib, and our renowned principal Dr. M. Renu for their guidance and support to organize this ETP program along with the AMP Association. I thank the AMP Association team for being indispensable in conducting various programs for the benefit of the students in order to develop confident and positive attitude in their professional life. Last but not least, I would like to thank the Alumni Association of IWC members who really worked hard to make this a successful one. Finally, I thank the pillars of our college, none other than our students, for their active participation and listening. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Once again, I will request to please share your feedback. I have shared the link of the feedback form, Google form. You can just share your feedback so that we can continue in future. And thank you, ma'am, for your cooperation and for such a wonderful session. Thank you, sir, once again
Thank
for
you,
such
sir.
a very knowledgeable and insightful session. Hopefully, we will be continuing with the sessions in future, inshallah. So thank you, everyone. We are ending the session now.